Okay, I think it's about noon and we want to respect everyone's time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Jess.
I'm Nicole.
And I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and share our screen with you. So we're going to go away, but you're going to see our screen. Can everybody see the screen now? Oops, sorry. Perfect. So my name is Jess. I'm going to do a quick intro before we get into the social media portion of the webinar. I'm a cat owner. I have two cats, Binks and Halloween, who we call Holly. I'm an avid reader. I'm currently in my master's program. I'm studying James Joyce right now and Victorian literature. Next semester, I will be studying postmodernism and African American language. I enjoy photography, particularly macro photography, so I like taking photos of very small things, which is pretty niche, but it's really cool. I'm a dirtbag traveler, so what that means is that I love to travel, but I hate spending money. So you'll often find me camping or sleeping in my car or kind of posting up on BLM land. And I'm a climber. I've been climbing for about 8 years. The tallest climb that I've ever done is called Charlotte Dome. It's in the High Sierra and it's 1,200 feet. And when I started climbing after I finished my bachelor's degree, climbing is what got me into my last job, which was at Gear Co-op, where I was a copywriter there. They're an outdoor retailer. And then we lost our director of marketing, and I took over as the marketing manager. And then I met Nicole, and she worked with me on all of our print advertisements, our digital advertisements, and our events. So that's me, and this is Nicole.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here with Jess talking about social media. So I am the account manager for marketing. I work with each of the campuses, making sure they have everything they need to be successful. I worked with Jessica at the Gear Co-op, like she said, working on events, digital marketing. I took over a lot of the copywriting responsibilities after she went into that management role. Then she left for Fairmont and she told me I had to come with her because this place is great. So now I'm here. A little bit about my background or what I do outside of Fairmont is I'm a runner. I hated running in high school. It was such a punishment, but now that I'm not in school, it's one of my favorite things to do. I have a lot of energy. If you go to the business office, you'll probably see me swiveling around in my chair trying to figure out what to do with my hands. So running is a really great outlet for that. And I feel like once I'm tired, I think a lot better. So I probably run before work, after work, whatever. I'm also a chef, so I like to cook for my friends and family. I used to do it professionally, but now it's just at home. I also consider myself an artist. My where I focus is on illustrations and on motion graphics. So you're going to be seeing a few animations on the social media sites coming down the line, and that's going to be all me. So
yeah, we're excited to see some of the work that Nicole is going to put forth.
But enough about us. What about social media?
Yeah, so before we get into where we're at on social media, I want to talk about why Fairmont is on social media. So really, social media is a great way for brands to share who they are and build not only their brand, but their brand's reputation. It's great to connect with current families and prospective families. And we found through recent research that a lot of families want to connect with their campuses through social media. They don't want to go to a website, look for an email address, and then maybe get a response within 1 to 2 business days. They want to send you a message, a DM on social media, and then be able to get an answer right away. So that's kind of why we're on social media. You know, it's either you get on the train or you get off, and Fairmont's on the train, and we are moving forward.
And in social media, no one platform is in a silo. They all work together. And the more engagement we get really relies on being on all of these platforms. So we are all over the place.
Right. If you'll notice that all of our P8 campuses have a Facebook page and their own Instagram page, but the prep also has a Twitter. And Fairmont Private Schools itself has a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, a LinkedIn, and a Pinterest. So we're going to talk about each of these platforms individually.
And what they do for Fairmont.
Right, and how they're different.
Yes.
So Pinterest. Pinterest is actually a really great place to find a lot of DIY things, how to decorate your classrooms. Think of it as like a virtual idea board. And what's really particular to Pinterest is that a lot of the content there is evergreen. So what we mean by that is that if something is posted last year on Pinterest, it can resurface this year as still being current and relevant. And that's really the only social media platform that we see that on.
Absolutely. An evergreen score is very important for our web traffic as well. So we're going to be posting our blogs that we host on our website on Pinterest, and that evergreen score is going to keep those blog topics relevant and coming up in feeds, which is generating more traffic to our website.
Right, and so you might be thinking, well, how do I use Fairmont's Pinterest? Well, I have so many boards there, 34 of them. I'm sure there's something you can find on there that's interesting, and you can try out some of our pins. And not only try them out, take photos of what you're doing, and then post those photos onto the Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're going to talk about Twitter, which is probably the opposite of Pinterest.
The exact opposite. Their evergreen score is not great. So with Pinterest, things can keep coming up over and over, the content does, but on Twitter, everything goes away in about 24 hours.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of news. One thing that's fun and keeps Twitter pretty interesting and goofy is that it has GIFs built right in, so you can add GIFs to any of your content, which is really fun. We post a lot of sports updates, so we're going to give a huge shout out right now to Kevin's at the Prep, because he reached out and now he's working with us to make sure that we are on point with all of our Twitter posts, making sure that we're giving live tweets at the games, what's happening, who's winning right now, and we're super excited to get that going with him.
Yes, he pointed out to us that is how recruiters can find our students as well. So we're going to be working on a lot of student updates and highlights coming down the pipeline, really making sure that they're visible to the outside world.
Right, exactly. And you can engage with our Twitter. If you have a Twitter already, be sure to follow us. It's at Fairmont Prep. But I'm going to be sending a recap email with all of our handles for you to follow us. So don't worry about writing that down. I know you guys are probably eating your lunches. So thanks again for joining us. You can retweet our tweets. You can tag us, follow us, like I said.
And now we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is different from the last two guys because it's a professional-based social media platform. It is still a social media platform. Fairmont is on it. We are posting timely blogs, thought-provoking blogs, and this is really important because we're staying relevant in the business community, and that's important for our staff members and our parents. Our parents are on LinkedIn, and they can see what we're posting, and we want them to know that we are up on all of the education news and what's timely in that world.
Right, and so if you're wondering of how you can engage with LinkedIn, you could always post to your personal LinkedIn and tag Fairmont Private Schools if you think it's something that we should be aware of. I also encourage you to follow me or send me an invitation to connect with you on LinkedIn, and I'm more than happy to receive any direct messages from you with things that you think is important to the education that we're in right now.
Absolutely. And we're not going to talk too much about LinkedIn because we're going to have a workshop on one of our next episodes. So right. We're going to talk about YouTube,
which is, again, the opposite. But YouTube is great because it is all video. It's fun. It's informative. If a picture says 1,000 words, just think what a video can say. So they're so important to our brand, to showing what's happening on the campuses every day, what's going on in the classrooms. And we want to take more videos. And that's one of our big initiatives this year, is to make sure that we're curating more and more videos.
More video content. And what's really great about YouTube, not just that you can follow our channel, but you can get the URLs from the YouTube channel and you can post them on your Facebook, or you can post them somewhere else and share them with anyone you want. Just sort of what's going on at Fairmont, maybe something that happened in your classroom. I don't know.
Right. And especially if it's in your classroom, you want to kind of brag to your friends and family, and sharing the videos is a really great way to show them what you're actually doing in your classrooms. And we have one of the biggest beasts of social media is Instagram. It's one of my favorite social media platforms because it's just visually driven. It's photography and video based. You're going to find out that hashtags are super important. But before I get into hashtags, I want to quickly touch upon the difference between a private and a public account. Now, if you just want your Instagram to be something that's seen from your friends and family. Sorry, one second. We're trying to get the microphones muted so that way we don't get any feedback. So apologies.
But still feel free to chat if you want in the text chat.
Yeah. So before we talk about the hashtag, sorry, I'm going to run back a little bit. The difference between a public and a private account. So if you only want your friends and family to see what you're posting, I would recommend that you have a private account. What that means is that only posts are going to be by your followers who you've already approved. If you want a public account, you want to share your brand with everyone, then I would recommend having a public account. And again, as I said in the beginning, I know some people are kind of tuning in now. I'm going to follow up this email or this webinar with an email on how to follow all of our accounts. So that'll be sent to everybody.
We're going to include every handle on every account that we have, every platform, so you can follow us everywhere.
Right, exactly. So what do we post on Instagram? You can kind of see on the left-hand side. That's a snapshot from our Fairmont Private Schools account. You're going to see posts from North Tustin, Anaheim Hills, and Historic Anaheim, and a couple of call-outs to the prep. So we represent all of our campuses on our Fairmont Private Schools account. We're going to post things that are about the students, the campuses, the staff, and the faculty. Our upcoming events have a different look. If you'll notice, they have a pure white background, and the reason for that is when families are scrolling through their feed, they're going to start noticing like, oh, that's an event. I need to read this caption to get the details, and slowly over time, that'll be like an unconscious decision for them to read the caption for the event. How can you engage, Nicole?
So we've got hashtags. Hashtags are very important in Instagram. It's the way to kind of create collections of pictures based off of an event, based off of an initiative. What hashtags do we have current right now? Do we have any ones that we can shout out?
Yes, we have hashtag #HowloudAsHuskies.
This is our new favorite hashtag.
So, yes, I'll be including this in the email as well. And this is not only for the prep. this is for everyone. Again, if you can mute your microphones, that awesome to avoid any feedback. So #HowloudAsHuskies is our new hashtag. It's a way for you to show what's happening on your campus or what you're doing with your students, maybe off campus, and then we can see it, we can repost it and share it.
Absolutely. And we also have geotagging. So geotagging is just taking a picture and including which campus or what location you're at. So geotagging is really important in Instagram because it's going to create a collection of pictures or videos, just content based on a location. So I don't know about you guys, but when I am going to a brand new restaurant, the first thing I'll do is kind of pull that restaurant's location up in Instagram and see either their feed or their actual physical location. And I'll see kind of what the restaurant looks like, what people are posting when they're at that restaurant. And it kind of gives me a feel of whether I want to go or not. Now, parents are going to be doing this as well. If a parent has decided to consider sending their child to Anaheim Hills campus, for example, they are able to pull up Fairmont Anaheim Hills and check out every picture that was tagged at that location. They can see what the students are doing, what the parents tag, what the students might be tagging, or the teachers. They can get an overall feel of that environment. And now you can do that in your stories too, not just your feed. And stories are really important in Instagram.
Right. So say we post something and you're like, oh, this is a great post. I want to share this to all my friends and family, but you're not really interested in putting it on your feed. You can now repost other people's posts to your story. And so then it goes away in 24 hours. You're not cluttering up your feed, but you're still sharing what's happening at your work, at your campus. and just spreading the Fairmont love.
Yeah, we're all about school spirit this year, and we think that we're going to do a great job really inspiring people to have that school spirit all over this Instagram.
Yes, and before we sign off, we need to talk about Facebook because it's the biggest beast in the digital marketing world. I'm not going to get too much into the advertising part, but I am going to say that Fairmont does put a lot of money into Facebook for digital advertising, and we find that it's a great way to connect with new prospective families. There is a rule on Facebook in the marketing world, and it's called the 80-20 rule. And what this means is that 80% of our content that we post on Facebook is going to be highlights of the campuses, things that are authentic to the campus, things that are happening. Maybe it's going to be blog posts, maybe it's just going to be a pretty picture, but it's going to highlight something like ASAP athletics or other programs that you guys have, Classroom Life.
Essentially, it's all called organic content. We want things that are not salesy. We want content that's more about teaching about something or highlighting our campus. We don't want to be pushing ads for that 80% of the time.
Right. And then the other 20% of the time, you're going to see things that are advertisements, that are call outs to our prospective families to come check us out, visit our campuses, call Katrina over in the admissions department to schedule her tour, get to meet the admissions directors. And so that's 20% of our posts, and 80%, like I said, are going to be just about the campus life, about our students, about our teachers, and about field trips, things that are happening with you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you can engage with our Facebooks by following us and follow your campus. It's a great way to know everything that's happening, what's happening on other campuses that you might want to pull into your campus. You can share our posts if you feel inclined, like the content is really resonating with you and you're like, oh, this blog is awesome, I agree with it. Feel free to share it, like our posts. One thing that we are going to ask.
We don't ask much, not at all in this at all until we got here, because this is so important.
It's really important if you see that Fairmont has sponsored content, and the way that you can tell is there's going to be some gray type that says sponsored on underneath Fairmont private schools. And if it says that, please just like it. What that means is that I created an ad, and the more engagement, the more likes, the more shares that ad gets, the more people Facebook is going to put that in front of, and specifically people who are not already in the Fairmont community. So it's really important that our advertisements get tons of likes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can like our stuff, that would be great.
We would love it. We'd be so happy.
And that's kind of like the basic overview of what we're doing, where we're at, and how you can find us. Again, I'm going to be sending an email with the recap and how to find us on all of our channels, all the campuses channels. But we're going to stick around for about 5 minutes. If you guys want to throw some questions up in the chat, we're happy to answer them now. If you're eating your lunch and you got to get going, we totally understand. We're also happy to answer any questions through email. So anything that you maybe don't ask right now, feel free to shoot me an email tomorrow or whenever you feel like it.
Absolutely. And we're going to be on campus more often. So we do have a scheduled day on campus every month. So we'll be able to see you. And now that you know our faces, you know our voices, we're basically best friends. So say hi and get to know us.
Yeah, get to know us.
Send us your stories so we can put them all over social media.
So we're just going to hang out here with you guys.
Hi!
Lisa told me not to show my hands, and I'm doing it. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat.
They're cute. How cute.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
We can hear
we
people.
can hear people. It's fun.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy.
Oh, one thing
Hi.
I forgot to mention it is on LinkedIn. Great for recruitment for Daisy. So
Oh, yeah. Add me, people. Share my job postings.
yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank
Thanks,
you, guys.
Daisy.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. No questions. We'll just hang out for a minute.
Yeah. Do we have anything fun coming up? What can we talk about? I know we've got
We have CIF tonight.
We have CIF football tonight.
It's tonight at Yorba Linda High School. If you guys aren't doing anything, or if you're doing something, you should still go.
Or log into the Twitters and get all the new sports updates.
Yes.
Which are going to be exciting.
So exciting. Mm-hmm. What else is happening? You guys put in the chat. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Kara, it's your birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Kara.
birthday.
Oh, we love birthdays.
Oh my goodness.
What campus are you at, Kara? Oh, Anaheim Hills. She's going to be there today.
I'll be there later today. Come find me.
Yeah.
I'll say hi.
I hope that you're getting a very lovely cake. And if you don't eat dairy, then I hope you're getting a very lovely vegan cake. I only say that because I'm lactose intolerant, so I know the pain. Oh, good.
Good. Great. All right. Well, we want you guys to have a little bit of a lunch break. So I think this is going to be it for us.
Yeah, I think we're about to sign off. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them over to me in email, jcruz@fairmontschools.com. I know you got 2 emails from me today, so but in case you didn't save me, you don't have to. I'm in the Fairmont Schools thing. But I'll be emailing you again today.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Everybody have a lovely weekend and a very happy Monday off.
And happy birthday, Kara.
And happy birthday, Kara.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.